Recording is on.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bat Community Call for Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. And I hope you all are doing well. It has been one hell of a week. I can say that, and I'm excited that you're all here and are on the call. We'll give folks a minute or so. Oh, Keith is in the building. Hello, Keith. Mentioned and seen. Roger that. And it's been an exciting week. Obviously, there have been a huge wave of executive orders, a bunch of them untangling a lot of mess around the crypto space. I think I talked about it a little bit last week, but just to reaffirm, it's super cool to see. Interested to see how it goes, but it's got us reevaluating a lot of stuff that was kind of frozen in time due to the climate of things before. So super excited for that. And we've been making a lot of intros and meetings and stuff. I'll share a little bit more about later. But super excited for where we're going and what's going on. And I'll give Jenny a minute or two to get on, and we can start to kind of go over the updates and whatnot. But glad to see you all here, and super excited for the path forward. All right. Drew, how are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm good. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yep. No, it's just cool to see abstract launch.
Yeah. It seems like it went okay, and they got a lot going on over there, so it's kind of cool to be a little part of that.
Yeah. Indeed. Like who we had, well, I'm sure it's part of your update too, so I won't have you.
Yeah, it is. But no, it's cool. And I think we got some more stuff coming, so it's good.
What's up, Dan?
What's up, Godson?
Hey, Godson, how's it going, man?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
Yeah, doing well.
Yeah. See here. All right, Jenny's in the building.
There we go.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Jenny.
Hey.
Hi. How's everyone doing today?
Good.
Awesome.
Good.
Well, I know how you both are doing because we just had 2 back-to-back calls together.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I've had enough of you two today. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay, everyone, hang on. Just let me get set up here, and then we will kick off. Okay. All right. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Oui.
Okay, great. And is my team all here? Let's see. Godson, G, Battern, Drew. Okay, and actually it is Paula's birthday, so she is not here today. So I'll be covering her slides, but go wish her a happy birthday on X or something, everybody. I'm sure.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, maybe she's watching the broadcast.
If she was here, yeah, we should sing to her, definitely.
Well, she might not be here, but she will be listening to it to do the recap. So.
You're right. Good point. Should we sing?
Paula. Yeah, let's sing.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Happy
birthday to you.
Happy
birthday to you. Jeez.
Happy
birthday, dear Paula. Happy birthday to you.
Hip hip.
And this is exactly what happened when we did karaoke.
Yeah, karaoke.
Audio is a little bit out of sync for everybody, and so it just
I think Battern wanted to draw that out as long as possible or something. I don't know.
I believe the word is cacophony.
I think you're right. Okay, so let's dive into the deck, y'all. Let's start with our X spaces with Unfungible. So last week we had a really cool discussion. The topic was AGI taking over by 2030. And it was a really good one. It was a great panel. Our guests were super insightful. Lots of panelists joined us from like AI projects like VentureMind AI, and some others. It was a great discussion and it's recorded. So if you missed it, you can go check that out on Attention Token X. And this Friday, January 31st at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Is Gamification Dead? With Cult Games, Super Meme, Kitten Hamer, and MemeFi. And then the following Friday, February 7th, gosh, I can't believe it's already going to be February in a couple of days. Crazy. That topic will be Web3 and privacy, balancing transparency with anonymity, with Vertical AI, Q42, Pandora, and Freename. So join us on Fridays if you have time at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Actually, I think Luke will be on this Friday hosting in my absence. So yeah, if you want more of Luke, you can find him there. Okay, I wanted to share some social growth stats with the group from the Attention Token X, and just show you that since we started ramping up posts again, it's the start of the year, we have a new content plan, we're ramping up a little bit, and the numbers have been reflecting that progress. So at the top, I'm just showing you like a 2-week sort of snapshot. You've got like the 7-day stats and then like the 2-week stats. But along the bottom, you'll see that the numbers are up across the board, from impressions to engagement rate to profile visits, replies, likes, reposts, bookmarks. Everything is up. We're up across the board. So 2025 off to a good start. We're super excited about content this year. And if you're not following us on X, I hope everybody here is, but if you're not, Attention Token on X, and also BAT Community, BAT_community. So yeah, good numbers. We're off to a great start. And then here are some of the posts that were hot this week on Attention Token X. So we had a couple new tab partner mentions. So we collaborated with 2 really cool projects, one called Abstract Hot Dogs and one called Tradeify. Both projects launched on the new Abstract chain by the team behind Pudgy Penguins. And I'll let Drew talk a little bit more later about those collabs. But those brands had campaigns on the new tab page in Brave this week. And of course, users can earn BAT for viewing and discovering cool campaigns just like those if they have rewards switched on. So that is why we highlight that from the BAT account. And C-Ray, is that a hand?
He didn't mean to do the hand.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, next we had the visual BAT Roadmap 3.0. So as you know, we unveiled the BAT Roadmap 3.0 update at the end of December, end of last year, end of November, I apologize. I think it was November 27th. Guilherme has made us a nice visual roadmap that we will be using to visually track progress with the community. And we'll be updating this visual roadmap as we, sort of strike things off the list on the BAT Roadmap 3.0. And I think we're going to zoom in on the graphic in subsequent slides, so I won't get into it too much. But yeah, you can go check it out on the BAT X right now. You can just like expand the image, save it, bookmark it, and we'll be posting updates whenever there is one. And then finally, third tweet that got a lot of attention this week was the Give with BAT post, where we basically just highlighted the fact that people can donate to thousands of nonprofits and causes and charities directly via the giving block with BAT. All you have to do is select BAT from their drop-down menu of currencies on the donation screen. But yeah, they support thousands of nonprofits at this point, and we've actually been partnered with them for several years. We did several Giving Tuesday campaigns with them back in the day, like I'm talking like probably 2018, 2019. It's been a long time, but yeah, many don't know that you can donate with BAT via the giving block because we don't highlight it every day. So we took the time to do that this week, and people were really happy to see it. Okay, now I'm going to cover some of Paula's updates since she's out today. So she also wanted to highlight that last week, January 21st, we had the most views on our live broadcast of this call on X, the simulcast, than we have ever had, 1.5K. That's great. Normally, I think we average around like 300 to 500 viewers on the broadcast. So we're not totally sure what is responsible for the jump, but we're happy to see it. And we're hoping that we can sustain numbers this high throughout the year and hopefully get them even higher. But if you're tuning in on X right now, thank you. And if you want to hop into the Brave Talk, you should be able to find the link on our X pretty easily. And you can jump in here and you can engage directly with the Brave team and the community. So hop in if you're watching. Okay, and then some additional updates from Paula. She wanted to share that she is working on some more localization work with our localization task force. So right now she's doing some platform UI localization and help center localization for Brave Ads. She is also helping to translate the recent blog post with the Brave Search about the Brave Search update called Re-Rank. And she is, in addition to the localization work, she is also polishing up the back community call summary for last week, and that should be posted pretty soon. Batrin and I are taking over that role for now from Aranyaka, who's actually here today. Hey, Aranyaka. You all know he's been doing our back community call recaps and summaries for a while, and they've been wonderful and just super detailed and awesome. And so we're going to try to make sure that we continue to put out summaries with the same level of quality that Aranyaka has managed up until this point. And yeah, pardon us for being a little bit behind, but we will have the latest one posted soon. All right, Guillermo, over to you.
Just want to start by saying that Re-Rank is really big. I really like the work that has been done on Brave Search. It has come a long way, but I've been seeing it getting mentioned more and more, and I've been using it myself, and it's so nice, honestly. Like really good work on search. I'm here to give some updates on Echo. So next slide, please, Jenny. So this is overall just a table that I did inserting all of the drops that we have done in 2024. For Echo, it is organized in likes, claims, comments, dates, a few notes that I've gathered, seeing changes that happen on those numbers and trying to understand why in order of reaching for better results on future drops, URL and floor price on Tensor. Next slide, Jenny. Just next slide, since this one has the information more well presented. So in terms of claims, 2024, we wielded 75.9 thousand claims, 3.1 thousand likes, and 15 comments. Comments, as you can see, have been the struggle. The claims were only implemented on March. Prior to March, everyone that was subscribed would immediately get the drops, and likes were only introduced in around June or July, so midway throughout the year. On the left, you can see Guillermo's excuses, and this is because we have joined Drip very early, which has its ups and downs. And regarding the downs, a lot of changes were done since then. One of them is, of course, the claims, and now having to actually manually having to claim the drop versus immediately getting as being a subscriber has shifted drastically the amount of numbers that we are able to generate. And now they have also implemented some limitations. Priorly a month or so ago, we could deliver 30,000 legendaries, while now we can only issue 5,000. So these will be things that will not make these numbers feasible for 2026, a year from now. However, it's also really nice that we have played it smart and we were able to grow the Echo channel to 103,000 subscribers. So on that regard, I think we have grown enough, and we're at the point where we can solely focus on bad utility and use cases using Echo. Next slide, please, Johnny. Perfect. So regarding these use cases in utility, these are a few things that I've listed for Q1 alone in Echo. One of them will be with Chomp. I was in the meeting earlier today with Luke, trying to organize that. This is something that you'll likely be seeing in a couple of weeks. Echo 4 is something that I'm working on right now, and I'm aiming to launch sometime in March. Drip, this is something that we are working behind the scenes, trying to settle and trying to see if we can generate some cool collaboration or partnership with them. But this is not settled yet. This is something that we're still in the works. And Shrapnel is another project that I'm going to revisit sometime in February. Since work was basically all done, just want to see what's their current situation and see if this is something that we can deliver. Echo 5 will not be delivered on Q1, but I will start working on Echo 5 sometime in March, by the end of March. By then, I should have released Echo 4, so it will be a good time. I think I know what Echo 5 will be about. Echo 4 will be about creators, of course. Echo 5, I think it's time to do an whole issue about that. We have aligned very well our issues with the things that we've been working on. And since we have had our limitations with the claims and drops, I think it's a really, really good time to invest a little bit more in establishing a ton for 2025 and doing an issue all about that.
Hey, Guillermo, sorry to interrupt you, but somebody in the chat who may be a little bit more new is asking, what's Echo?
Echo is an experimental project that we have launched in the BAT community. And it's a way for us to celebrate and highlight things that we do with BAT ambassadors, as well as projects that we have ongoing with BAT. So like I mentioned priorly, issue 4 is going to be highlighting creators, which will align with our Brave Creator Growth Program. And the issue 3 was about meme coins, which also align with the meme coin advertising program. So it's a way overall to push for these things that we have going with BAT and Brave, and at the same time provide some utility for BAT ambassadors and just have an experimental and creative ground for us to try different things and explore different partnerships and so forth. I will post on the chat frequently asked questions on Echo. Hopefully that you solve it. Next slide, please. So regarding the BAT roadmap, Jenny already covered this part, but I was very impressed with the reception of it. It had 7,200 impressions, which is really, really cool. This will be much easier to visualize, and at the same time, will be much easier to keep track on the things that we have been doing and will be doing. So you can easily bookmark it and visit throughout the year. We also have like little boxes to check mark and little lines to write the things that we have done. So by the end of the year, you can actually see the things that were done and the things that weren't. And L is accountable to it. Next slide, please. I will now put Keith on the spot, but I just wanted to say that he's been doing really, really cool stuff. He's working
You're
on
putting
Discord
me on the
AI.
spot now.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, I see how it is.
Also, I've seen that people wanted to integrate the first version of the Discord bot that you had on Bat Brigade. I initially thought it would be a great idea, and then I actually saw the bot, and I know it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, Luke and you saw it. Let's not add that.
However, you told me
However,
that
the
you were
new one is
working.
good.
Yes. What is it? What is it called?
It's called Batchan at the moment.
And that will help new users who are just integrating our Discord. It will have Brave Search integration potentially. And I wrote that 2 times, but the other one I wanted to say easier tutorials and ways to navigate and learn about new tools that Brave has. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I have one idea about integrating Brave Search into it, so it will be able to search the community forum. So specific keywords and stuff like that. But that comes later. At least now focus on the BAT prices and have it display them. So yeah.
I think it's pretty cool, and having something or a bot that you can easily interact to or just chat with directly on Discord, I think it's a really nice idea and really, really neat.
Yeah.
Yes, more bots, please. That's cool.
Real.
right next to Slab Jenny. This is another thing that Keith has ongoing. Right after the Bad Community Call, it'll be on a live stream with our Cloud devs. It will be on X Broadcast. I'll make sure to share it right now on the chat. I'm just making time while I'm actually searching for the URL. Here you go. It's on the chat box, and it'll be debating privacy, DeepSeek, and anime. Anything you want to add, friend?
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. It's the first live stream I do on X, so hopefully I don't mess it up.
You have 100% idea what you're doing. You're just like the kid who's going to ace and test and is going, oh, it went terrible. No, it went great and it's going to go great, friend.
Okay,
Don't worry
okay.
about it.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're gonna crush it.
Thank you.
That's it from my end. I'll pass it over to Drew.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks,
no-
man.
oh,
Thanks. Keith. Oh yeah,
yeah.
no, sorry. Go ahead, Drew. It's all you.
So, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm sure you'll do fine, Keith. And next thing I know, you'll be a regular X Spaces person. So I'm looking forward to it. Some updates, like Jenny mentioned earlier, we did a few kind of collabs. One with Abstract, we ran a new tab for their launch yesterday, and then a couple of projects building on Abstract, the hot dogs that minted yesterday, and then the Tradeify one that's upcoming. I think it mints maybe next week or so. And I think we've got a few more coming at least. So be on the lookout for that. We've been getting, exposure from these projects on social media, and so eyeballs there, and then getting whitelist spots and things like that for mainly for our NFT holders. So some utility there, and so it's been good so far. And hopefully, the idea here is to kind of integrate further and do more with the Abstract chain and projects building over there, so we can even have further benefits and stuff like that, especially for BAT and BAT holders and NFTs and things like that. So one of the other things this week, there was some guano plops, air plops to the NFT holders. I think it was this last week. So if you have the NFTs, you should have gotten, they're not listed on the exchange or one of the exchanges, you should have gotten some guano in your wallet, so you can check that. It may not be much, but it's honest work, as they say. And then update on the back Ks and earning guano is there's 99,000, a little over 99,000 BAT that's locked up in the BAT caves earning guano right now. So a little jump from previous week. So cool to see that the community's joining and getting on board. Hopefully by the time I get off on this community call, we're at 100,000. So somebody go make that happen. No, I was kidding. But hey, I wouldn't mind if you did. That'd be kind of cool to hit on it. I think there's only like 1.2 million BAT on wrapped on some, like 1.236 million. So that's a decent chunk of the BAT that's locked up there. And then the idea is we'll continue to do, especially as regulations and things change, more projects building and things opening up, and hopefully not so tight, so we'll be able to do more with more projects and do new things and things like that. So I'm excited for that kind of stuff. So hopefully we start seeing some of that as we continue along in 2025. So looking forward to it. And that's all I got.
Thank you, Drew. Battern, over to you.
Hey everyone. Yeah. So two things I'd like to highlight on this call. So we've got the Turkish ambassador who created this web, Yavasu, who created basically Discord's banned in Turkey. So he made a whole damn website to support people in the Bat and Brave community in that region. So you can see his little map he's got of the users he's got, so he can one day hold a meetup. But yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed with that. I particularly like the little mustache he's put on the Brave logo in the corner. Amazing work, just supporting like a local community, make a whole damn website exactly what being an ambassador is about. So thank you, Yavasu.
Yeah, I just want to chime in and say that it's totally awesome, and I'm like, we were super impressed when we saw this. This site is like, it's almost like community.brave.com. It's like almost like a discourse, but all in Turkish for the Turkish community, and all run by our bad ambassador Yavasu. It's amazing. And this like map on the right hand side is fully responsive. You can like click into the different regions and stuff. It's so cool. So Yavasu, if you are seeing this, hopefully you are watching the stream now or later.
It's like he told me about it, and I was like, okay, that's cool. But I had a look at it, it's like, bloody hell, mate. Really good. So the other thing we've got going on is Łukasz Lucas, as a Polish ambassador. He's made a whole so DBank. I don't know. I used it a while ago. It's a very like Web3 based kind of thing. Back in the day, it always used to be you'd put your wallet in, it'd tell you exactly what's going on every chain. You know, all your interactions, your approvals. But they built a whole social media around your online on-chain address now. And yeah, he made like a basic attention section for it, and it's really good, you know, going across cultures and platforms. And yeah, so we're on another platform now, spreading the good word of Bat and Brave. And yeah, I met up with Aaron Yaka today and took him out for lunch as as a bit of a thank you for doing all the recaps for this year. But yeah, over to you, Godson.
Yeah. Thanks, Byron. Hello, everybody. My name is Godson, and I have your Brave in Africa update for the week. Usually, this is like a Stan updates, and this week is not going to be any different. Stan was at Egerton University in Kenya. This is a bit like out of Nairobi where he lives, but he was there as part of the Stellar blockchain event, the blockchain East African community event. He was representing Brave as usual. He said there was a mid-sized event. About 50 students were there. He managed to convert about a third of the audience, introduced them to the browser, and had them sign up for self-custody and also for the Guano airdrop. He said the people there liked him so much they essentially have invited him to join like the Stellar university campaign going on. So he'll be also joining them again next week for the Nairobi Stellar meetup event. And when that happens, we'll also have the update for you as well. On the BD side of things, like I mentioned last week, we had this call scheduled with Luke and a member of the Syscoin Foundation, and we had that happen, and that was really exciting for us. I also scheduled a meet with the president of the Syscoin Foundation for this meeting. So hopefully this leads somewhere big for the community and the company. I'll keep you guys updated with how it goes. I also had another meeting with Kibuko DAO. Like I said, we are looking to extend our partnership that we did with them last year, since it was so successful. We had a call with them today with Stan as well. As well as key members of the DAO. He promised to give us like a response by weekend. Apparently, it takes a while for the DAO to finish like voting on stuff. So we'll see if they approve the partnership, and we'll see where we can go from there. The DAO is pretty solid. Has about 150 active members all over the continent, and about 2,000 sort of like inactive ones. Well, not like inactive, but just not like as active. So if we can use that community to grow ourselves in the continent, it'd be very nice. And then finally, on the billboards, I spoke to Jenny yesterday, and she suggested that I send in a proposal with a proper proposal with a cost breakdown and stuff. So I've begun gathering the actual information that I need and stuff. So I will be sending that in by the end of the week. So yeah, thank you very much. That's me.
That's all for us. Thank you. Back to you, Luke.
Cool. Thanks. We can open it up for questions. Folks have questions. Raise a hand.
I actually have one real quick before Kate does. Do you know why Brave deleted the post about the tutorials on Brave Help Center? Is there something in the works that shouldn't have been shared? Because I saw the interface and it was like really, really nice.
No, I didn't know about that. We can. Yeah, no, I'm not sure. Let me look into that one and find out what's going on.
From my perspective, as someone who just saw publicly sharing post, it seems like you're working on a really, really nice interactive user interface for the Help Center that will allow new users to use the different products, which is really, really cool to see. Sorry, Kid, go ahead, friend.
No, it's cool.
It's cool. Thank you. Look, I just wanted to ask, what did you think about the DeepSeek model?
That was cool, man. I mean, like it's been awesome to see the efficiency from it. And I've been playing around with it a little bit. Like, it's been impressive. The data you were showing me was pretty awesome too. I mean, what's your take on it, Keith? Super curious for your take.
I think it's going to be better than Haiku 3.5, at least. I don't know if it is as consistent as Sonnet 3.5, but it's going to be better than Mixtro, that's for sure. And probably better and cheaper than Haiku 3.5.
Yeah, no, it's great. Like, yeah, it's interesting seeing. I was asking Matt too on the team about plans to integrate. They said they were making some changes to make it easier for them to add models more quickly. So I'm going to hear back from him on ETA or whatever on that. But super cool.
Oh, that's great.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good to hear you too. That's rare audio from Keith there. All right. Any other questions?
Someone asked a question earlier in the chat about the VPN. Something about like it being not as cost effective as some of the other options. I don't know if you know.
Yeah. So they've been looking at some bundling options with some costs, some different pricing on that too. But I don't know of any like immediate terms plans to drop the price in the near future. So yeah, that's the near term answer now. Be right.
I guess I'll follow up and I'll ask then, because I had seen like people asking on Reddit or other places about that. What is our selling point? Like, why, if they say, should they spend $10 a month on Brave VPN instead of $3 or $4 a month for like Proton or Surfshark or NordVPN and all of those?
I mean, it depends on what they're trying to use it for specifically, and if they want to get the product or not. I mean, I don't know. Like, key selling points are on the site, and people can check them out.
Okay, I was trying to think if there was anything different. I see they all blocked ads. They all was the VPN. So I guess it's just pretty much because you want to support Brave and have a Brave product, basically.
I mean, yeah, well, and also like our partnership with Guardian, like the Guardian's got a different set of security criteria, et cetera. Like, it's all on the website. Like, the selling point there.
Siri.
Yeah, no, I looked through the website. I wasn't seeing too much difference. That's why I was asking. So I'll get back to you another time.
And one thing that like we don't highlight, and I know you've seen this before, Siri, but the big thing that I think about with this is the privacy model that we have around payments. We haven't really published this much, but very few people are basically disassociating usage of a VPN from payments, such that if there's a law enforcement request, basically the law enforcement can come and require us to hand over information, whereas because we don't have this linked, we can't do that. So about the only thing equivalent to that today is like when people are using Monero or Zcash to pay for VPN services, but that's not as common.
Yeah, we should definitely put that out there more.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you attract some rather dodgy users when you start doing that stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's definitely like a selling point of our entire premium services model when you take that into consideration.
Sounds good. Cool. Any other questions? Or anything you guys want to talk about?
Someone asked a question about on-chain payments. I was sounded interesting to me.
On-chain payments for
I'm guessing with BAT, like if you wanted to pay for stuff.
Oh yeah, they're aiming for getting it done in Q1. I was asking our payments team about this yesterday too, and they're fixing something on annual payments for the current rails, and then crypto is going to follow right after that. So it should be in Q1.
You can blame me for that one. It's waiting on my desk.
All good, man.
It's not all good on my side, actually. I'm going to blame him. I'm going to send a cease and desist or something. I don't know.
Fair. All right. Any other questions from folks? Or what do you guys want to talk about?
I wanted to mention that in that picture that I used of Stan, he had hair. I didn't actually get to it because I was like, but that's my first time seeing him with, I didn't know he could actually grow hair. I thought he was a baldy like Drew.
Yeah.
Hey, keep my name out your mouth.
So did you guys hear anything from Abstract 2 on the launch, Drew? Like any feedback so far?
Not a whole lot other than they were thankful for helping support them, and that but yeah, they kind of actually went live a little bit later than they were planning, and so I haven't seen as far as like numbers go, but I think actually one of the things the Abstract Hot Dogs they mentioned, I think they had like 10 or 11 million hits on their website when we were in on that one the other day. So definitely getting eyeballs on things, and I'll check back with them since it was just yesterday. So I'll see what kind of numbers they were seeing on the Abstract side too. But I think it might be a little lower because about halfway through the day is when it actually went live. So we actually turned it to where it was going to their Twitter account for a little while, and then once it went live, we sent it to their website. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great. And just a couple other updates too that I forgot to mention. So Godson was talking about it. We had a call with Syscoin. It's like a part of a series of calls too that we're having with dApps and ecosystems right now for the upcoming, like the first iteration of the Rewards 3.0 rollout that Christopher and his team have been working on. And so we're making up a program like it's like a BAT and Rewards program too, where these partners will basically come on and they'll be like reserving spots in the 3.0 offer wall for that launch, and then buying BAT in advance for campaigns and in 3 month tranches, basically, like and then incorporating utility in their dApps, whether that's like token gating or adding BAT as a payment option or for volume, liquidity, or whatever, different utility options that we're working on with each of them and with some of the ecosystems. So those discussions have been going, and we'll have more info on that. But we're planning on deploying that like we did with the Wallet Partner Program, which we used to bring on like 80 different wallet partners a couple of years ago. Similar type of approach here, except for that utility and for the Rewards 3.0 stuff. So pretty excited about that. Everybody we've been talking to so far has been pretty responsive to it and down to do it. They're going to get a bunch of additional exposure. We're going to get more utility and exposure for that and benefits for rewards users in the ecosystem too. So we're pretty excited for that. More to come out too as we get closer. I think first iterations like getting ready for nightly at the end of February.
Okay. Is there anything else you can share on that Syscoin partnership or collaboration? Just interested in that. And then also, and I know you've probably answered this before, but once the offer wall goes live, I mean, will it be like a combination of the push notification ads and the offer wall, or how does that work again?
Yeah. So as far as like individual partners, like I want to hold off on announcing which ones yet, just because we're going to make that part of the bigger announcement like that we do. But as far as like the way the program will work, so the first iteration that Chris is putting is going to kind of introduce this modular offer wall to the reward section in the browser, and we're going to have kind of like anchor partners there that we're going to market with, and so during that time, we're going to run both, like the notifications are still going to run and the offer wall is going to run at the same time. And then the phase 2 of this is going to be when we connect the offer walls kind of to the ad catalog and on the browser, and then make it so that those offers are kind of dynamically populating, and we start to use notifications to bring people to the offer walls. And then and toward the end of that, we'll kind of like do a transition over to the offer wall. Pretty much that's the current plan record, and so it's going to be a gradual process because there's a bunch of work we have to do like on the reward side, so adding in confirmation events for the pages and a bunch of other things like that we want to do. But that's kind of how the flow will work. So the beginning phase you'll still see the notifications and that all continue to run as it is while we introduce the offer wall and get initial learnings from that and all that.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah. And if folks have extra questions about that, we can totally go into detail there. Guillermo, you got a hand up.
One of our BAT ambassadors, Oxidus, asked if it would be possible to integrate BAT on Base.
Yeah, we are doing that over. We ported over some now, and we're speaking with the ecosystem over there, and we've started talks with Dick, Jesse, and a bunch of the folks over there about BAT. Folks remember too, like we did the meme coin pilots about a year ago, and Toshi was one of those coins that we did it with, and we saw good response from their community too. So as part of what we're trying to do with the roadmap with this multi-chain strategy and bringing BAT to where the people are. So there's plans to do that. That'll be one of the ecosystem plays.
Awesome. We'll report back.
Yeah. Other questions? You got any? You want to chime in?
Well, I guess you were saying earlier on the questions, if we were to look at the offer wall, have you ever taken a look at Microsoft Rewards to know how that works?
Yeah. I mean, this will be similar, but we'll have like more granular control over it. Like eventually the offer wall will kind of work from our ad server. So we'll be able to kind of customize it based on region and have the categories that you can map to from the catalog go to the offer wall. But also like this is an area where we can have like sponsored partners, like feature partners we do deals with, other ecosystem collaborators. We can highlight ecosystem stuff and individual verticals like DeFi or gaming or etc., like different types of things. We have a lot more control over how we can feature things there, and the visibility that we'll get there. Like right now, it's pretty significant, and so it's going to, increase over time too. So, it's similar, like, but different, I think, to what Microsoft's doing.
Okay, yeah, no, because I know the way Microsoft is right. You can actually play games, and as you play games, you earn their points or whatever that you can redeem. I know they also have like cashback things, I believe. And then they had it, of course, where you earn your points for doing searches on Bing. So I assumed we'll probably have something where people are earning like that for doing some searches each day on maybe Brave Search or something. I don't know.
We're gonna like evaluate a bunch of different options for that. I think things like cashback are like things we wanted to do, and like backpack and things like that. But also, if you different claim journeys too, like if you wanted to like stake back versus just like claiming it in a wallet, like giving that functionality a place to live is like something we're interested in, and along with just we have a lot more control over adding different features into this area than we do from a notification. It's also a better user experience too than like the notifications always showing up. So I think like we can do things like, you could launch a quest from the panel. You could buy something directly from the panel, or you could, click the stake or participate in claims or do all sorts of stuff or play a game from the panel, right? Like there's a lot more functionality we can do with that part of the browser than what we can do currently. And it's just a better user experience, but it's also something where like we're going with crypto initially, like with this side for like folks that are already in the crypto space or folks that are kind of familiar with it. But we can also be looking at how we can like incorporate more like, more of like our search advertisers into the mix too over time as well. But we have to kind of start with a better surface area to do that with. That's kind of the whole point is like the notifications were cool for like a version 0 thing, but like we want to kind of graduate that to a new, better experience for the browser and for the users.
Okay, which speaking of, I think you were saying a moment ago, you're completely looking at doing away with the ads, or I mean the notification ads and everything?
Eventually, like it'll take a while, right? Like, and that's current plan. We'll see how it goes, like over time. But I think the idea is that you could still use the notifications to let people know about new offers that have arrived, right? But like because the mechanism's good for that. But the idea of like every ad being through a notification is something that we want to kind of transition away from over time, just because like the offer wall, you can have a richer experience. We wanted to do this with the custom notification stuff we've been working on, but it's just like, I don't know. We get enough user feedback and then things opened up opportunities for us to do new things with this offer area. And so we're going to go with that instead. Basically.
All right. Yeah, no, I'm just looking forward to see how that's going to go, and also to see if you're just saying that would be the notification ads only, or if that's going to be like the sponsored images and all as well, or if those are going to remain.
No, sponsored images will stay there too. Like, yeah, that's going to stay. Like, this is just speaking of the notification stuff.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, and how that goes.
Yeah. Now, I guess if no one has hands up, I will transition.
Yeah, please do.
Do you know when we're going to have more movement on playlist again? It's been 2 years ago that we had said that playlist would be on Android soon, and it's still not arrived. So.
Yeah, it's gone through some refactoring and stuff, and I don't have an exact timeline on it right now. I know that the latest, unless somebody else from the team does, but I've been pretty heads down outside of the playlist stuff for a little while.
Okay, and I think we also, I'm going to forget the term now. Never mind. So yeah, Jeremy, good.
Yeah, you have a question, Guillermo?
No, just an answer. I just want to say, I've also been prominent of playlist, and it's not directly on the main build on Android, nor it's on web. However, it's on both in Nightly. I've been using it on Nightly on Android and also on web.
Is that, did you get that behind a flag on? Oh no, okay.
Cool. Yes. You have to go to Brave flags and then activate that.
Right, but when I went to try that on Nightly on my Samsung S9, it crashed every time I tried opening playlist on that. So I don't know if that will be device specific, but that was disappointing.
Siri, can you like DM or something like that crash ID? Because I see it's held up right now on a privacy review and it's blocked. But that sounds like something that we'd want to address before we actually do this, because right now that's what we're looking at is turning on the playlist by default on Android. That was open back in April, but I see it's blocked right now, and I don't know where the current status is, but that sounds like something we still want to address.
All right, yeah, I'll try to look, pull up the Android out and mess with that again to get it to you.
Sweet, thank you.
Cool. Anything else? Anybody have questions about? Let's see here. Charles asked how much will users earn with the offer wall on average? Like that, we're working on those details still. We're gonna have things like Quest and additional earning opportunities through there, and some of the DApp partners that we're talking with are gonna have additional earning opportunities too for rewards users. So we haven't worked out the specific averages on this yet, but we'll get some estimates going maybe for the next call or the call that follows. Yeah, no problem. Any other questions from folks? I guess I'll delve into like because it came at the beginning of the call, like on the marketing side, like you know, some of the stuff that's been different. I mean, and it's no news to anybody here. The just how weird it's been to navigate with the. Hang on, somebody's got a bad echo in here. Anyway,
I think it's Scottson.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's always me, isn't it?
It's all good. Yeah, so I think, you know, specifically to the marketing piece, it's been like really difficult to market with the environment that we've been in for the past 4 years. Like plus, you know, both as that has reached kind of like, you know, more and more distribution and become more commodified and utilized out in the space. The stuff we're seeing now, like with these, you know, wave of executive orders and differences in leadership in the regulatory side, and also just like other stuff, just like seeing additional adoption outside of the U.S. as well. Like, you know, we're reassessing a lot of the stuff that we had on hold that, or you know, had to pull away. And also like how we can market that, and basically like meeting with different council and trying to kind of like put different proposals forward. But I think, you know, part of this big push around the 3.0 roadmap and around having, you know, this new setup with OfferWall and these partners that dApps and things like this are ways that we can not just like we can directly talk about that. We will too. Like that's definitely, I mean, it's what we're doing the roadmap. That's why Brave is putting the effort forward and resourcing, et cetera. But also like with every one of these dApps that supports BAT, you know, we can market those in the browser. We can market the BAT utility in the browser for those dApps and make it here. And the thing that we're seeing right now with this change in you know, in leadership is just that like there's, you know, it's gone from an environment where we're all working with an anvil overhead and a hand behind our back and a target on our back to like one where like, look, like, you know, companies in this country now have like a mandate to, you know, not be worried about doing business in this country, like, which is a different set of circumstances. And also like, if you look at, I think Mark Ueda and Hester Peirce, who interviewed on the podcast, she got assigned to the crypto task force. And one of the things she mentioned, like both on the podcast and beyond that, has been that, you know, they can't, the way that the regulatory regime's been working has been really like bad for the industry, because you shouldn't be over regulating on an area that doesn't really have a huge amount of market fit yet. And not only that, but like the regulators that were enforcing things like also weren't able to use the technology. So there's all these like issues with how things were done in the past. And I think, you know, one, there's like a crypto czar now, like, and you know, the language that's getting used is like so much more positive that, you know, switching from an environment where you have to really be concerned about this, because you don't know. I mean, like if you look at all of the different companies that got enforcement actions levied on them, they were small, big, like everybody from, you know, MetaMask and Consensus for doing things like swaps and practice there to like smaller projects that they know weren't going to litigate because they couldn't afford to. It was just a pretty deceptive and terrible strategy, like for the market and for companies working in the space. And what we're seeing now is a complete reversal of that. And so we're super optimistic of the ability to like better market that, but also just like, you know, ourselves, and then also with dApps in the space too. And you know, we have these tools and these channels in the browser, and the browser growth has never been as big as it is now. And I think that like it's really awesome because, you know, every benefit we've seen from previous, you know, booms we can leverage in a bigger way now. But also like just getting BAT out there into the ecosystems more, and having better clarity around that, and not having to be like so concerned. Because I mean, with us, it's always been a different case of like, dude, like we actually have like built this into the product. We've built product that millions and millions of people are using, like and like there's already enough like things to worry about on this front to then like just like see how the regulatory space was working. It just was so broken that, you know, we just kept building, but like now we can actually market better, like with more clarity. So more to come on this, but like, you know, just for folks that I know, totally understand the skepticism too. And you know, it's been, you know, it's been a difficult road, but like I think, you know, right now we're super optimistic about where things are going, both within the company and just in general. And I think that, you know, this year is going to be big for everybody, and we're super excited for everybody in the community that's involved and stuck with us, and also just for where this can go. Like it's a whole new environment. And so yeah, I know that people, you know, rightfully you're skeptical. I mean, you know, I've even like kind of been like, is there another shoe that's going to drop or whatever? But that said, I mean, like we've stuck to our guns. We're building this out. We're hitting this 3.0 phase like really hard, and we're putting ourselves out there in different ways than what we have before. So stay tuned on that front. Yeah, and thanks for joining. C-Ray, here, hey, how's it going? You got
Hey,
two questions?
yeah, two quick questions I was going to ask you. One on Brave Search. Do you know if we're ever going to be looking at having like real accounts for Brave in general, but especially for search? Like as we got this new re-rank system, that's like per search. It doesn't save it. If you want to save it, you have to have goggles, which is a pain to make. It would be nice to have one central account. Do you know if that's in the works?
I can weigh in on that.
Yeah, please do, Kyle.
Yeah, so we were discussing this because there's privacy implications here, and actually using goggles is slightly better as long as more people are using it. I think the direction that we talked about going, at least when we were implementing this, was the ability to be able to export lists. I don't know if we'll go the direction of accounts, but if possible, I know that we're making upgrades to accounts on the browser side. So it's possible that we link those things together later. I think the easier answer, though, is the ability to basically do an export of the list that you've built locally into a list that you can publish somewhere. And then once you publish it, be able to use that goggle across different devices and stuff of that nature, if that makes sense.
All right. Yeah, no, actually, I guess like you're saying, if not an account, was wondering if it could have been like a filter list or something, you know, where it could even be built in locally to maintain within the individual browser. But, you know, just trying to find a way to where it's more permanent, because a lot of people are struggling with that.
Yep, that's good to know. I'll make sure to bring that up when I talk with him about that, as like it's feedback that we've received, because it is something that we considered, but the main consideration that went into this was like goggles was not used very often previously since it's been around. So we wanted something simple in order to see if there's better engagement. If there is, then we'll take a look at trying to improve these types of things.
All right. And I forgot the other thing I was going to ask, so be it.
And Drew, you got one hand up and give you the last question.
Yeah, kind of similar type question, I guess. But is it possible maybe to kind of do the same thing with Leo, where you could kind of save prompts, or maybe, you know, commonly used ones that you use or something yeah, basically same idea, just on Leo.
I asked for that. I don't know where it's at. I literally had the same idea like 3 months ago.
I thought
Yeah.
that they did that. Like they saved.
I thought I saw somewhere that they were working on it or something too, but I couldn't find it. And one of the Japanese ambassadors was asking about it, so that's what I was asking.
Maybe it's not in mobile. It's on a different track or something. We'll follow up on that one.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right, everybody. Well, we're past time. So, yeah, thank you, everybody, for joining the call today. And really appreciate the discussion and input. We'll be back again 1 week from today. Same bat time, same bat channel. Till then, have a good one. See you all online. Take care.
See you guys.
Ciao, ciao.